Hey, Raindrops. Yes. So look, today we are going to discuss a new show that I just discovered. So it's not a new show like a brand new show, but it's a new show to me. Yes, I'm talking about Love After Lockup. Yes. Y'all didn't tell me this show was the tea, baby. I am into all of this scandal. Child, these lovers quarrel. It's giving me good old love and marriage prison edition. Come on, 60 days in. Yes, prison break. I am here for all the crimes, baby, and the time. Yes, we got to talk about it. So look, there's a new spinoff, I guess. Again, not new to y'all, new to me. So Love After Lockup, for those who don't know, it's a show on WeTV. Okay. So I'm about to dive into this upcoming season that started last night. Okay. It's called Life After Lockup. And it follows a couple. Well, a bunch of couples. But child, let's talk about the one that I know y'all want to talk about, which is Monique and Derek. All right. So before I dive into it, make sure you like and subscribe to this video and make sure you hit the notification button so you won't miss a video. All right, let's get into it. This entire world of these women acting as pen pals, okay? Child, instead of going on Bumble or Tinder, child, or sliding in DMs, these women, child, are sliding into a loose leaf paper, a big ink pen, and pen paling these prisoners, baby. Yes. And when I say to you, I'm here for it. I am obsessed with this world. I did not know this existed. So the most talked about couple, at least in recent weeks, is Monique and Derek. I am obsessed. I love it. Monique. Okay, so let's just talk about it really quickly, child. So Monique is this beautiful Black woman. She's full figured. She's full of life. And baby, she is full of money, child. Yes. Yes. Come on, money bag Monique. That's what we're going to call her. Money bag Monique, child. Monique got a coin, so much so she pays for everything, child. Look, Miss Moneybag Monique has a pen pal named Derek. Yes, pen pal that she met courtesy of just, I think it was Facebook. She said she met this person. So she met this prisoner on Facebook named Derek. So Derek gives you look, first of all, let's just be real. Derek's kind of fine. Monique, baby, I'm with you, sis. Look, Derek is easy on the eyes. Okay? I ain't mad at you, Monique. If you're gonna have a pen pal in prison, make sure they look like Derek. So Derek is short. He's like 5'1". Derek short, 5'1", maybe 5'2". He's light skinned. He has a good lineup, child. He has these braids, baby. Swagged out, giving you Yo Gotti, honey. And on top of that, he's bow-legged. He's bow-legged. His body gives you Ja Rule tees, like short and, stocky. Because, he was lifting weights, baby. He lifts Monique. Monique is a good old bench press. Yes, baby. So Derek has muscles and he's easy on the eye. So Monique, you got taste, baby. Okay. So I think they met on Facebook. She was a pen pal to Derek. He is on parole. So Monique is in Chicago and Derek is in Ohio. So they have a long distance relationship. So Monique and her money honey drove down to the Ohio freeway, baby. Come on. And decided to pick up Derek while he was leaving prison on parole. But this the gag. Derek has these two sisters. And they're everything. They're funny. They're a little hood. Hey, I'm from Detroit. I'm hood too. And they don't like Miss Monique because they feel like, look, we are his sisters. And we should be the one to pick him up while he's out of prison. So they kept circling, you know, the premises and all that. And Monique and her girls was like, who is this? And long story short, Derek allegedly told Monique that, you know, his family has never been there for him. They don't visit him in prison. And unlike Moneybag Monique, they don't send a 4-page letter every other day, honey. They don't write him. They don't do nothing. So Monique feels like she's the woman in his life. So the sisters and Monique do not get along. It got so bad, child. One of the sisters, she's tall. She has some good veneers. Her veneers are everything. They're the perfect size. They are white. And she looks good. She got bangs. She gives you good on Marlon Hampton tees, you know, with the hair. And the other sister gives you a good Glorilla. She's like petite, like her brother Derek. Yes, honey. And got a good old lace front. She got that toothbrush where you comb down the baby hairs on the lace front so you don't see the glue in the scalp. So the other sister, she's pretty too. And they are overprotective of him. And they got into it with Monique Child and the tall sister. We can call her Marlo. So the tall... Yes, Marlo. So the tall sister, I'm gonna call her Marlo. Marlo almost got, but she didn't get hit by the car. She pretended she did, and she fell out. It's an entire mess. Monique and Derek's storyline trumps the others, which is why I'm spending this video only talking about Monique and Derek. Now, I'm gonna try to do weekly recaps of Love After Lockup spinoff called Life After Lockup, because there's other couples on there that have a juicy storyline. But child, we're gonna stick to Monique and Derek today because I have a lot to say about them. I am so curious about a woman's desire to start a pen pal. Child, I'm on. I can't believe I'm saying pen pal, honey, in my 40s, child. Anyhow, so I'm curious as to the decision-making that a woman goes into starting a pen pal relationship. Because I remember being in the second grade, my second grade teacher, when I was living in St. Paul, Minnesota, which I'll talk about that a whole nother time, child. I was living in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm in the second grade, and my teacher said, all of you guys are going to have a pen pal. And you're going to write somebody not in prison because, child, we're 7. But you are going to discover a friend in a different location, child. It could be all the way up there on the West Coast, or, child, it could be Indonesia. So I knew what it was like to have a pen pal because I had one, but I was 7. Okay, so for a woman to be 34, because Moneybag Monique is 34, and she decided at her adult age to have a pen pal. So I understand that, look, when you're looking for love, you have to look for love in a bunch of places, honey. It could be the supermarket. Kenya finds penis at the Home Depot. She said it. Kenya Moore says she finds penis at the Home Depot. And some women decide to find an inmate to be intimate with them, honey. We don't call that an intimate inmate. Yes, intimate inmate. So that's what Monique and these other women decided to do. So because Derek is easy on the eyes, Monique is into it. And Monique buys him things. And as I'm watching her, I can't help but wonder, like, y'all know how I get down. I really want to understand the psyche of Monique. Like, what is it about you that you felt the need to find love in this place? Granted, clearly there's a whole world who does it, but I'm more focused on Monique because I'm curious in terms of what is happening internally that you felt the need to go on the World Wide Web, or in this case, Facebook, hit the prison tab and said, let me upload a photo. And then Monique says she uploaded photos of her face. Monique is full figured. So the picture she was sending Derek were like from the neck up, because she didn't want him to see her full figuredness, allegedly. Okay? But not only did she send photos from the neck up, she also sent photos from the crouch down, if you catch my drift. Instead of closing your legs to marry man child, Miss Monique was opening her legs to prison inmates. That's what the word on the street was that Monique said on the television show, allegedly. So she showed pictures of her vajayjay while she was being a pen pal participant. So that entire thing I'm really fascinated by, because look, I know it's hard to find a good Black man. I have one, but and yes, he's short too. That's why, Monique, I feel you, sis. And he bow-legged. Woo! I'm telling y'all too much of my business. Anyways, but I didn't meet my man in prison, child. He's never been to prison. Okay? I met him at the club. Again, it ain't about me. Anywho, so I need to really get down to the thought process of why, Monique, you are a beautiful girl. You felt the need to meet Derek courtesy of this prison pen pal participation on Facebook. So the thing with Moneybag Monique is Derek is dressed to the nines. Derek has, let me tell you something. Derek's haircut is always on point. Always. Always. And Derek has Cartier glasses, okay? My man's wore a Gucci shirt, a Gucci belt, some Gucci sneakers. He probably had on Gucci socks. He was Gucci up and down. And allegedly, Moneybag Monique provided the items. So because of that, I'm also curious, like, Derek, what's up, brother? I'm concerned. Because I'm like, okay, Derek, please tell me you're not using Monique for her money. Let's call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. Or in this case, let's call a pen pal a pen pal. My spidey senses, as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, is Monique insecure? These are questions that I'm asking myself, right? Is she insecure? Does Derek see insecurity in Monique and that's why he's with her? Now, he could easily fall in love with her. And I'm saying all these things based not on just appearances, because again, I think Monique's a beautiful girl. I'm basing this off of the interactions of how they talk to each other. Derek's sisters also raises these questions, right? That Derek never dated anyone who looks like Monique, which is a full-figured woman. So they're also confused by his attraction to Monique, courtesy of just the history of brawls he banged. Okay? Because of that, it also made me think like, look, we all have a type. Okay? We all have a type. And yes, sometimes you need to experiment with other things. And that could be the case with Derek. But because Moneybag Monique pays for everything from the dinner to the gas to the rental car that hurts to the Gucci down to the socks to everything, it does beg the question whether or not Derek is using Monique. That's a question that we want to know, allegedly. And to add insult to injury, he cheated on her. And the thing about Monique that makes me really focus on whether or not she has high insecurity, Monique is like the FBI. She taps his phone. She taps his phone. Yes. Your man is on the government watch list. So the government is watching him, Monique. Nevertheless, you feel the need to tap his phone. While he's tapping that ass, allegedly, you're tapping his phone. And she has no shame with it. I'm like, Monique, girl, when I met my African, no, he's not one-eyed. I can't believe I'm telling you my business. When I met my guy, this was child, I'm not gonna tell y'all the years because let's just say I was much younger. I used to go through his phone because that's what you do. And I will admit, at that time in my life, I was insecure. Did I tap his phone? No, because I wasn't that insecure. But I would go through his phone. Child, I was so insecure. Let me tell y'all a bedtime story. Carlos Diaries. Child, I was so insecure. I remembered the password to his voicemail. And I'm not going to tell y'all how I got it. Because I don't want him to know. Just in case he's watching this. But child, I would listen to his voicemail messages. And if there was a male voice in the voicemail message, I would be like, and you know, back then, they would tell you like, this number, area code, blah, blah, blah. Child, I was so insecure, I would call back the number and pretend to be him. That's how insecure I was. But I was also in my 20s. Monique, you're 34 years old. You met this man on Facebook in the Pen Pal Penitentiary participation section. You're a beautiful girl. You shouldn't be tapping his phone. Let him tap, not your phone, child, okay? And then he may be out to dinner with his boys, allegedly, because I got my good eye on you. And she FaceTimed my mans, and he was at a restaurant, and she said, "Who you with?" And he said, "I'm having dinner." "With who?" Child, Monique so crazy. She said, "Take your phone and give me a 360-degree angle." So she wanted Derek to give her a 360-degree angle so she could see the circumference of the room. And then he had a plate of bread next to him. And she said, who's that bread for? Now, Monique, I know you got money. I don't know what restaurants you're used to, but child, they bring out bread in the beginning of any meal. You could be there by yourself, honey. It's customary at a restaurant, at least a 3-star or more, Miss Moneybag Monique. They're going to bring out bread. So when she was like, child, I see bread there. Who's that bread for? Monique, this isn't Wendy's. They give you bread upon you sitting your butt down before you order the cocktail or the appetizer. You get some bread. Now, do I think Derek was there with another woman? Child. Yes, allegedly. But I always knew this. If you don't trust your man, it's because he definitely ain't doing no good. That's the tea. It is. And the tea is when you have to resort to searching your man's phone and tapping it, you already know what he's doing, sis. You already know. You already know. You already know. And based on what happened last night's episode on the premiere, you forgave him. But I get it. He laying it down, Monique, baby. Yes, Monique, honey. Monique's getting... Let me be... This YouTube channel is PG-13. Okay. Her child really is PG, but okay. Cool. So, in the premiere episode of Life After Lockup last night, Derek is at a home goods store. Monique, you buying him all this Gucci, and he had the audacity to buy you a candle? A candle? You think Monique wants to sniff a candle or burn that? She wants your burning love. Monique wants to sniff other things on your body, Derek. A candle? Even his sisters were like, really, a candle? And his sisters, let me tell y'all something. So listen here, Marlo and Glorilla. Be nice to Monique. They were at a store that also sold, I guess, clothes. Child, were we in Kohl's or Dots or Kingsway? Like, hey, you could buy a shirt here and a candle here. Child. So then they said, well, Monique can't fit this. She needs one for each nipple. I'm like, Glorilla, that's not nice. Leave Monique alone. I don't like it when you guys talk about Monique's weight. That is, and I'm being honest about this. This is no joke. I don't like that. That's not funny. Leave Monique alone. I think Monique's a beautiful girl. A beautiful girl. And my hope is that Monique takes care of herself, honestly. But I don't like it when they talk about her weight. If you want to talk about that's not his type and you think she's overprotective and all that, cool. But sisters, don't talk about Monique's weight. That's not okay. It's not. What isn't okay either is the fact that Derek stopped by the supermarket to get some flowers from Monique. He went to the supermarket, girl. He went to Kroger's to get those flowers. When you walk in through the sliding doors at Kroger's and you turn to your right and you see the flower stand and they got this plastic around it. Plastic? What in the non-recycle are we doing here? Monique buys you all this stuff, Derek, and you go to Kroger's, allegedly, to buy her some plastic flowers? Some roses? So then Derek meets up with Monique at the pier. Because that's what we do, child. And then, Monique, I love you. Don't you ever pretend you're mad at Derek. Because all Derek had to do with his Nike sweatsuit and them bow legs, honey, when he walked up, Monique, girl, your reaction gave it away. You wanted to slob on that knob, baby, allegedly, at that time. You couldn't help yourself. You were like this. I'm like, Monique, he got you, sis. He got you. You couldn't even hide your poker face, Monique. You wanted that thing so badly. Monique said, look, mother. Yo, no, I can cuss on YouTube. It's illegal. Moneybag Monique was like, child, I didn't drive 4 hours. I ain't mad at you. Monique said, I didn't rent this car from Hertz, driving 4 hours from Chicago to Ohio to meet this man and not pretend that I want some D in the end with his bow legs, honey. Come on, Monique. I ain't mad at you, sis. Get lifted, baby. Not get lifted like Rihanna's song on Black Panther, Wakanda, baby. Get lifted, baby. Lift it up, Monique. Yes. You deserve it, girl. All that work you put in, writing them letters, having your hands have that arthritis on it, girl. You better get banged. Anywho, so do you know Derek with his suave self? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm gonna do better. You know, I'm gonna do right. And the whole time, you know how girls are. Really? I mean, I hear what you're saying, but like, are you really? Monique, pause on the calls. Girl, you gave it away, child. You gave it away. You gave it away. He knew what he was doing. So she forgives him. And then she says, well, I have a secret. I'm late. My period is late. Monique, you having sex with this man with no condom? Monique, you spend all that money buying him Gucci and you can buy a pack of Magnums? You worried about bread being on the table, child, but you ain't worried about sperm being up in your cootie cooch? Monique, I'm trying to defend you, girl, but this is indefensible. Late? You're late, Monique? And then Derek's reaction obviously was like, this wasn't part of my business plan that I came up with in jail cell 29. Because you know, when you're in prison, you have that wall and you have a pen and you write your business plan. His business, that wasn't on his bingo card. Having a baby by Monique. He looked disappointed. And Monique caught that shade too. She was like, well, I expected a better reaction. You did? Really? Girl. Derek is telling you how he feels. That's why I'm concerned. And that's why, look, I tweeted last week, like, I am into Monique and Derek's story. I said, Reigndrops, help me find them. And y'all did. Y'all was all up on Monique's Instagram page. So me and Monique DM'd each other, and I said, I would love to invite you and Derek on the podcast. And they had me talk to their manager. We were DMing. I'm not going to disclose what we talked about because that's messy. And you know me, I'm a professional. But what I will say is, it ain't happened yet. I'm not going to disclose what the manager wanted and all this other stuff because I was like, child, I don't think you understand how big of a deal it is for them to come on reality for the king of my Reigndrops. Period. Period. Because I really need to know what's going on here. I am really invested. Like, truly invested. Truly. And I really need to know what's going to happen. I am all for what Monique and Derek is giving us on this show. And I need to see whether or not they're going to survive this relationship. Because I have a lot of questions. And Monique and Derek, the offer still stands for you two to come on Reality with the King podcast and speak to me and my Reigndrops so that we're able to fully understand what is going on. Because I'm invested. And ask the Reigndrops, I'm a good interviewer. You'll be taken care of. You'll be handled with care. This is not a messy podcast. You ain't got to be scared, child. This will be good. This will be good. And this will help all the things y'all want. And I'll just leave it at that. So look, I'm into the show. I am now an avid fan of Love After Lockup. And I will see you guys next week.